Yeah, here we go. You know, John, you're supposed to be a good Republican. You should have stayed on script. Nah. Why don't you show wisdom? These people are not showing no wisdom whatsoever. They're not doing any thinking before they open up their damn mouth. He's just another one. I don't care if you like him in Deliverance or not. Okay. Calling for proper qualifications for gun ownership and texting and mass shootings and so on and so forth, all this good stuff. Yeah. It's not about healthy human beings serving the country with arms to bear or even the right of the Constitution for bearing arms. We must identify every individual for their credentials, for their mental capacity to bear arms. Well, we should do that for actors and for all politicians. These guys, they piss me off. They don't use their head before they open up. Oh, this is the deadliest shooting since Sandy Hook. Well, that was a fraud. Nobody got shot at Sandy Hook. Harry Styles uses social media to announce his partnership with the nonprofit Every Town for Gun Safety. The Daylight Singer plans to donate $1 million. And, we've got that great Matthew McConaughey. Also weighs in with a lengthy Twitter statement. Other famous Texans such as Selena Gomez and Jamie Foxx have spoken out on the tragedy and called for politicians to enact gun reform. You guys fall for the same old trick every damn time. Thing is, people, the bottom line is that kid should not have been able to get into that school. There's no way that that kid should have ever been able in his lifetime to get past security measures to get inside the school. Whoever propped open that door, maybe to get a smoke or something, then people need to be fired and make sure that their name is publicized all over the place so they can never get a job in a school. If you want to kill kids, you don't need a gun. How many kids can you stick on a bus? 50, 60, 70? Take a big truck, run into them, kill them all. Set it on fire. When it stops for a railroad crossing or stop sign, set some gas in there, burn them kids alive. You've got acid, you got knives. Guns aren't the problem, and it's not the so-called mental illness. It probably has more to do with drugs. Something else I've seen happening too here. All these people, yeah, they keep bringing up the thing about Sandy Hook. You know, people, you have not proved to me that even happened. And where's the bodies for those kids that just happened in Texas? Huh? I didn't see no bodies, did you? Huh? Okay, Dr. Gerald Lawson, he brought back gut-wrenching memories of all too famous, familiar experience of when he was a licensed professional counselor and longtime Virginia Tech professor. He was locked out in his university. Yeah. Poor little thing. Here's the thing that gets me. And I want to make sure that this is on there because, I mean, we all feel this. And you wouldn't feel this if you were armed. There's a feeling of powerlessness that keeps coming back up for people who have not been down this road. Anyone that's been confronted by any kind of a gunman and you're not armed, you feel the same way. Once you're traumatized, you won't let it happen again. That gets me. Talk about trauma. Well, looky right here. There's a feeling of powerlessness that keeps coming back up for people that have been down that road. Yes. With the focus of mental health often solely on the gunman and mass shootings. Mental health experts like Lawson believe that a greater focus on the community psychic would prove beneficial. Well, throw some more money at it. Especially when Republican support has constantly failed to materialize, a proactive approach to emotional well-being of communities would deliver tangible results. It's always, it's politics. The whole effing thing is politics, people. Yeah, Del Vetro Schooley was embedded in the Sandy Hook Elementary School as a staff support clinician for 2 years following the shooting at Newtown, Connecticut, where on December 14, 2012, a 20-year-old gunman shot and killed 26 people. Prove it. Prove it. You cannot prove to me that kid walked into that school and killed all those people. Prove it. All your houses there in Connecticut there were paid off, remember? We didn't forget that. As a crisis response, she saw firsthand the psychological trauma that school shootings unleash on a community. It's very complex, very painful. They find different ways to cope. Well, you know, all those people that died at 9/11, all those people that died out there in the Oklahoma City bombing, traumatized? This effing shit don't happen by itself. Somebody, where did that kid get $1,870 to buy that rifle when he was a dropout? Huh? Ask yourself that. Where did that kid that just dropped out of school get $1,870 plus the ammo and plus that other firearm? Where did he get the money for that? There's some disillusion after a while. Yeah, well, you know what? The honeymoon's over, people. That kid should not have been able to get into that public school whatsoever. Now, I don't know if they mismanaged funds. I don't know if they threw money at the doggone football team or what they did. And where in the hell was that campus security guard that's supposed to be there? What do? Just go out for a break and didn't tell anybody? Oh, come on, people. This is too much. It don't make sense. Without the help of politicians in Washington. Oh, well, yeah. It just aggravates me, people. It says if the shooter did not have access to purchase these weapons, a mass shooting can't occur. It don't matter if somebody's in a school, if you're in a big mall someplace, or if you're on a bus, if you're on a train, if you're in your car waiting at the stop sign, it doesn't matter. Instead of feeling powerless, do like the rest of Americans. Go buy yourself a firearm. Learn how to use it and protect yourself. The first thing that's going to happen if they pass any more firearm laws, all this emotion is only going to bring in one thing: communism. They want your Constitution. They want your Bill of Rights. They want your right to keep and bear arms. This stuff don't happen just because somebody went wacko. Use your head. They had help along the way. They got coached along the way. Man, that's about my 3 or 4 or 5 cents worth. It just... yeah, it's a tragedy if it did happen. So much stuff anymore, you can't trust these guys. Just like at the Boston bombing. Remember that? They were showing these people with their legs blown off and they were still awake and being able to talk to you and all this shit. I'm telling you what, that's trauma. What they had was crisis actors there. These people had already lost their legs. They were amputated before they got there. They hire these damn crisis actors, and you people fall for it. It's a movie. Enough of my rambling. It won't do any good anyway, but enough said.